Lewis on the left wing, a pull-up mid-range jumper for Lewis off the mark. Balmaro keeps it alive, but it's run down by Grand Rapids. Marcus Burke. Here's Davon Reed with it. They'll swing it up top. Now left side it goes for Lance Stevenson. And here's a little left elbow jumper. That one's off the mark, so a couple of missed mid-range jumpers for each team.
Brian Bowen right there, though, on the defensive end, hand right in the face.
Well, Iowa always with kind of a smaller lineup, but really good rebounding guards on this team. Stauskas going to work on Silva. Balmaro able to get a hand up, but Stauskas gets the first points of the ball game.
Yeah, a little soft shooter's touch, hit that front rim, and it's kind of found its way to the front side.
Here's Balmaro, crossover, shot off the window, won't go, and Silva able to clean up the garbage underneath with the left-hand lay-in.
Well, Matt Lewis kept it alive, scrapping between two Grand Rapids Gold players there, kept that ball loose. Silva picked it up and got the bunny.
Well, 2 points apiece just underway here in Des Moines, Iowa. The Gold taking on the Wolves. Here comes a three from the left wing, up and good. Nice shot there by Davon Reed. Reed, who played his college basketball at the University of Miami, former Hurricane, knocks it down. Here's McKinley Wright. Balmaro, left corner, waits on a ball screen from Silva. Bounce pass for Silva, and he's going to pick up his first personal.
Yeah, I don't think if Stevenson didn't go down, they may have let it get away. It's kind of incidental contact, but definitely strong contact. And
well, so, he was chasing the loose ball that ended up in the hands of Stevenson, and clearly a foul there on Chris Silva.
Fouled out last ball game as well, so he needs to keep out of foul trouble.
He gets his money's worth.
Yes, he did.
I think he's had 5 or 6 in every game. Here's Stauskas. Good defense there by Lewis. Now they'll swing it back around. Bijanishvili. Little left-hand baby hook won't go. Davon Reed working that offensive glass. He's got 5, and the lead is 7-2 in favor of Grand Rapids. Here's Leandro out front. Into the hands of Bowen. Bowen looks to drive it baseline. Cut off there by Stauskas. Dangerous skip pass for McKinley Wright. 5 on the shot clock. McKinley Wright going to fire to Balmaro. Last second 3 on the shot clock won't go. And an outlet up ahead for Stauskas. Not a bad idea, and there was a pretty good pass. Stauskas just maybe wasn't quite ready for that and didn't handle it.
Yeah, he outbeat Iowa down that court. There was a nice attempt at a fast break.
You see the replay. The pass,
just a little off.
It's one of those, you say that if the receiver gets his hands on it, it should have been caught, but that was a tough handle.
Grand Rapids has come out a lot more intensity on the defensive side here, and now, accidental contact there. And they might not get, they barely got it across the timeline because they were taking their time.
Well, Bijanishvili got poked in the eye. There was no call, and he stood there and held the ball for about 5 seconds as Balmaro tried to tie him up. No jump ball awarded. Now Stauskas from top of the key, 3 off the mark. And Bowen comes up with the rebound. Iowa with just 1 field goal in the first 3.5 minutes. And we got an offensive foul on Chris Silva. That's number 2 on him in the first 3.5 minutes.
So he's struggling here in the early goings. Looks like a little frustration foul when you get that one with the ball barely even getting across the timeline. And yeah, he definitely got into Stauskas there as he got into the paint. Probably giving him a little message, but the official standing right there making the call.
Well, Iowa had the luxury of having Nathan Knight here for 1 game, and then he went back to Minnesota. There's a nice pull-up by Lance Stevenson, and it's a quick 9-2 lead here for the Gold.
Well, we've seen a couple of games in the hole against Sioux Falls back in the first 2 games of the year.
Well, there's a 3 by Bowen, and that, like you said, puts a little tourniquet on it.
Yeah.
But they were down by as 22 and 19 in 2 different games that they came back and won so far this year. So very comfortable playing from behind as Bijanishvili maybe got away with one. But
they got a little sidestep there. Both feet kind of separated there in the paint, but no call.
Bowen skips it. Lewis puts it on the deck. Now McKinley Wright will drive it into the heart of the lane. Has it blocked away. Great block there by Marcus Burke.
Yeah, that was a strong defensive play by Burke. Didn't give up any ground.
I'm not sure how that's not a travel.
There's a couple of them they've gotten away with here in the last 2 possessions.
Bowen will try it again and again. He drops down a three.
Ryan, he has been one of those guys that is, if you could put a straight line, about consistent about every statistical category in the first 3 games of the year.
But Iowa's got a lot of those guys.
Yes.
You know, you talk about the Isaiah's coming off the bench. And speak of the devil, here's Isaiah Briscoe walking by as we speak. Those guys, you know what you're going to get from them, especially in terms of intensity and energy off the bench.
Yep. Stevenson with another 3 to give the Gold a 6-point lead.
Bolmaro. Whew. Wow. A lot of contact underneath, and finally a whistle, and Stevenson just almost unlucky there. Comes over the back, and I think we're going to have our first time. Isaiah Miller has checked in along with Isaiah Briscoe for the Iowa Wolves. Ben Levy also out there to replace Silva, who picked up those 2 early fouls, and Bowen and Bolmaro remain on the floor. A couple substitutions we'll give you from Grand Rapids here in a minute as well. Here's Miller, top of the key. Bolmaro, quick trigger 3 off the mark, and a quick outlet for Stauskas. Nick Stauskas through the lane, takes a bump and count the bucket and a foul. And Briscoe picks up foul number 1.
Gold really a little bit different game plan here tonight. They're attacking a lot more, and they're really playing physical, getting up man-to-man tight defense, a little different than they did on Monday night here, John. So the physicality progress in this first quarter being won by the Gold.
I mentioned the substitutions for Grand Rapids. Trayvon Duvall, former Duke Blue Devil, former Iowa Wolf, has checked in, as well as DJ Johnson, 6'9" center forward out of Kansas State. Here's Ben Levy with it, top of the key. Bolmaro gives it off for Briscoe. Shut down there by Duvall. Now he'll pull up from a 3 on the left wing, and that was about 1.5 feet strong off the glass. The lead is 9 here early on, 17-8 for the Gold. Stevenson looks to get by Bolmaro, gets into the lane, tied up. Great defense by Leandro. Now it's Briscoe the other way. Swing it over to Bolmaro. Quick pass to the corner for Bowen. He's not able to connect. Rebound to Stauskas, and now Stauskas gets it back in the backcourt. He'll cross over the timeline to Stevenson. Little screen and roll action out front. Lance keeps the basketball. Boy, missed a cutter. Missed Davon Reed underneath. They get it over to Duvall. Duvall drives it in. Shot clock winding down. Long 3 by Lance Stevenson. Doesn't draw iron. And that'll be out of bounds back to Iowa.
By the way, Mid-American Energy, great sponsor of Iowa Wolves basketball. Save energy, save money for energy efficiency or safety tips for your home or business. We ask you to visit midamericanenergy.com.
Well, Brandon Sampson has checked in for the first time tonight, and Bolmaro gets his first break. Or check that, Bolmaro's still out there. It's Bowen that went to the bench. And another turnover by Iowa, a little lackadaisical, and Davon Reed picks up another bucket in transition. And it's an 11-point lead, first double-digit lead of the night, 19-8. The Gold lead the Wolves. Here's Sampson out front. Swings it over for Miller. Miller puts it on the floor. Good defense by Stauskas. Over for Bolmaro. 6 on the shot clock. Back to Sampson. His 3 on the way. No good.
Ooh. Boy, his body's flying everywhere.
DJ Johnson hit the deck, and right down Main Street. Nobody shuts off the dribble, and Trayvon Duvall stuffs one through. 21-8.
Intensity level-wise, the Gold are at 100, and Iowa's at about 70 right now. So.
Miller flies by DJ Johnson. Good shot fake to get the open layup. You're right, though. This is a different Grand Rapids team.
Oh, yeah. They look completely different from the first night.
Very deliberate offensively, attacking the basket. 21-10. The lead is 11 for Grand Rapids. Matt Ryan, 3-ball, no good. He's one of those guys that can get it going. He's kind of a streaky shooter, I think, but quick release. Really like how he plays on the offensive end. Miller knocks down a 3 from the left corner. Miller stays around the backcourt, always looking for that steal on the backcourt. Isaiah Miller.
Coach seemed to have had a couple words over there, too, as they were walking by.
He had a couple words for Jason Terry after the made 3. Here's Matt Ryan, and a foul. Late whistle, but a definite foul there as Matt Ryan will get 1 free throw for 2 points here.
Good seal off that time underneath. by the Grand Rapids Gold, and that was DJ Johnson. He had Ben Levy sealed off in the baseline drive, couldn't get there to help, and he was a little frustrated.
Well, that's what head coach Jeff Newton was talking to the officials about. Just making sure that wasn't
It was a little bit of a seal
offensive
off. He had
foul.
His arm kind of hooked to him a little bit there, there's no doubt.
So Matt Ryan at the line trying to get his first points of the ball game. Played well off the bench in game one of this two-game set. Knocks down the free throw, so that's 2 points for Ryan. Now Bolmaro quickly the other way. Ben Levy has it up top. Briscoe. Some contact out front. Swings it over for Leandro. He attacks. Back to Ben Levy. Wide open three, top of the key is good. Malik Ben Levy.
That'll open up the paint a little bit if the big guy can get their bigs out of the paint. We got a timeout.
And a timeout called.
Timeout at Windy City on the 21st, and then our home for the 23rd and 24th to close out the month of November with Motor City. For the Iowa Wolves, after tonight, they'll be on the road. Motor City on the 27th and 29th of November. And from the 6th to the 11th of December, there are 5 more road games before they hit the G League Showcase tournament, where they'll play at least 3 games and hoping to play for some money, and we'll talk about that later.
3 ball on the way by Ryan, off the mark, no good out of the timeout. Iowa chance to cut into the 7-point lead. McKinley Wright has it on the right wing. McKinley on the drive, fouled in a bucket. McKinley Wright chance at a 3-point play.
Boy, the goal for the first time, and I got there quite a bit late as McKinley got in the lane. I think he was kind of surprised he wasn't met by anybody, and then all of a sudden he kind of, look at how late they got there. There was a foul there and a foul there.
Well, you had Burke coming with the cutter, and I think he didn't want to leave the cutter knowing he was going to give up a layup, so that allowed McKinley Wright to get to the front of the rim. And McKinley Wright's free throw's up and good. It's a 4-point lead for Grand Rapids.
The biggest lead was 11 for Grand Rapids, so Iowa's, as they've done so far in this early season, chipped away at big leads.
Here's Reed with it out front. Back up top it goes for Trayvon Duval. Duval spins into the paint. Tough runner for Trayvon. That's off the mark. Silva with the rebound. He's checked back in. He's got those 2 personal fouls. Here's Isaiah Miller. Turns the corner, a little floater for Miller's up and good.
And now Iowa's changed the intensity level the other way a little bit here as they've attacked the Gold like the Gold were attacking them in the first part of this ball game.
Matt Ryan back to the basket, has it near the top of the key. Duval gives it back for Ryan. Ryan now to Duval again. Finally, Bijanishvili inside, has it on the block. Left-hand hook is up and good.
Tough shot, good defense, and just give him credit for that one.
Well, he caught it deep, and then he was very deliberate. Just that little drop step and the baby hook with the left hand. That's a tough move to defend. McKinley Wright into the paint. Bounce pass, touches nobody, out of bounds. It's a turnover.
Yeah, bad spacing that time, and a tough catch for Silva. The ball bounced right near his knees almost, where he couldn't. He either had to have great hands or, like you see, the turnover.
Wolves lead it 25-21. We hit the 2-minute mark here in the first quarter. Oh, there's Briscoe. They're going to say a kickball, and that's the right call, but it came late. Briscoe is off to the races with an easy bucket. Here you see. Let's see if you see the kick here.
Yep, right off
just a piece of that left foot.
Yep. It wasn't intentional. He kind of dribbled it off that foot, so sometimes you don't get that call.
Bijanishvili with the inbound. Gives it off for Stevenson. Wide open 3, top of the key for Lance. Off the mark, no good. Sampson into the front court quickly, and he's going to be given a late whistle himself. Certainly looked like contact, though.
I think the outside official has given the inside official an opportunity to blow the whistle, and when it wasn't called, went ahead and done it, and that's the crew chief there, and Blanca Burns, so.
Yeah, you see it there. All kinds of contact by Burke on the arm of Sampson. So Sampson at the line for a 2-point free throw. If you're new to the G League this year, again, the exploratory rule changes. Up until the final 2 minutes of the ball game, it's 1 free throw on every trip, regardless of how many, if it's a 2 or a 3-point foul. And there's a tip followed by Bijanishvili that doesn't fall. Iowa with a chance to tie or take the lead with a 3. Here is a 3. McKinley Wright knocks it down and gives Iowa their first lead, 26-25.
Wow. I mean, you blink your eye and things change quickly.
Well, double-digit lead early for Grand Rapids. Now Iowa with their first lead and a turnover, and it's Briscoe on the other end. Isaiah Briscoe fouled at the rim by Trayvon Duval. I just thought it was a clean challenge on the dunk by Briscoe.
Yeah, I thought it was too. I mean, they both went up together, and Briscoe was trying to time it. He knew there was a turnover, and
he's coming from behind and got nowhere near the ball, but plenty of body, as Briscoe always does a nice job to use his body to create space. So Briscoe at the line for a free throw. That'll be worth 2.
By the way, the Wolves are proud to partner with our team physicians at Capital Orthopedics and Sports Medicine. Whether you're injured on or off the court, the team at Capital Orthopedics and Sports Medicine will get you back into the game. To learn more, visit dsmcapitalortho.com. That's dsmcapitalortho.com.
Briscoe knocks down the free throw. Iowa's lead is now 3, 28-25.
Again, thanks to those listening on 106.3 KXNO and all kinds of contact again.
Lance went hard to the basket, and it was well defended, a charge.
That's his second personal foul.
Charging foul, and you see it was McKinley Wright, I believe, that got in there and took the charge, and then Silva landed on top of him.
And also those watching tonight on ESPN Plus, we appreciate it. And watching great G League action tonight, the Iowa Wolves hosting the Grand Rapids Gold.
There's a floater by McKinley Wright. He's starting to feel it, knocks it down, and all of a sudden Iowa's got a 5-point lead.
Yeah, Wright leading all scorers with 8 points in this ball game. Miller has 7 to lead Iowa. Stevenson has 5 for the Gold.
Bijanishvili will try a 3-ball off the mark. Rebound inside by Stevenson, puts it back up and in.
And that gives him 7 now for the game.
Skip pass for Sampson. He'll try a 3-ball. That one way off the mark, no good.
There's been like 3 of them that have just been oogle.
Yeah, just really strong. Briscoe had one that was strong off the backboard. About a 2.5 second differential game and shot clock here. Wolves lead by 3. Stevenson with the dribble out front. Going to go to work on Sampson. Tough shot on the pull-up. Front rim, no. And the ball pokes around. Camper tried to run it down but couldn't, and that's the end of the first quarter. The Iowa Wolves leading the Grand Rapids Gold 30-27 after 1 quarter of play. It'll be Grand Rapids basketball out of the timeout. Tony awaiting first quarter stats from the other end of the scorers table, but Iowa's really cranked it up offensively.
After a very, very slow start, down by 11, they turned it around and now up by 3 to start the second quarter. Iowa beat Grand Rapids on Monday night, 124-109. After a tight first half, they pulled away in the second half.
There's Nick Stauskas with it out on the wing. Good on the ball pressure by Ben Levy. Off for Ryan. Quick trigger. 3 is good. Matt Ryan ties it at 30. Pretty good half-court defense for Ryan. Just one of those guys, boy, if he has any space at all, that shot is going up quick.
Sampson flashed right at it. Just couldn't get to the ball. But, yeah, that was a tough shot over Sampson defending.
Here's Briscoe into the paint. Skips to Bowen in the corner. Left corner 3 by Bowen is good. That's his 3rd of the ball game.
9 points now to lead Iowa for Brian Bowen the second. Another solid first half for him.
Skip pass for Ryan. Bodied up by Sampson. Pulls up and softly falls off the side of the rim. Bowen with the rebound for Iowa. Here's Brian Bowen with it. Just outside the paint, kicks back for Sampson. He'll try another long 3. This one closer, but not good. 0 for 3 from downtown for Sampson, but he's a guy that'll get it going. Good job by Ben Levy to pressure the ball there on that pick and roll. And Miller whistled for a foul out front.
He knew his size disadvantage with Matt Ryan, but boy, he was in Matt Ryan's shorts that time defensively, but got called for going across the arm as Ryan checks out now.
Davon Reed will come back on. Matt Ryan gets a break. Stauskas to trigger in, side out here in the front court to Bijanishvili. Now Reed on the attack, goes right at Benlevy. And a great rebound by Bijanishvili. Went over everybody.
Well, he went over Bowen, and Bowen was looking for the call because he's like, what just happened here?
Offensive putback brings the goal to within one. Briscoe nearly lost the handle. Back for Sampson. Into the corner it goes for Bowen. Now Benlevy. Going to back down Bijanishvili, and his shot is up. No good, but a little slap on the arm. And that'll send Benlevy to the line for a free throw.
And Jason Terry, head coach of the Gold, not happy, kind of jumped in the air. Wasn't impressed with the defensive, how he backed down and then ends up picking the foul there.
Yeah, you see it on the replay. The right hand just hits him right on that left elbow, and he would gone with that offhand.
Again, after tonight, the Iowa Wolves will hit the road. They'll be at Motor City to close out the month of November on the 27th and 29th. Next home game for the Wolves will be December 13th and 15th against Wisconsin. And then they'll hit that winter showcase in Las Vegas. We'll give you the Grand Rapids Gold upcoming schedule, the next chance we get.
Yeah, Benlevy not able to connect on the free throw. Here's Camper, looks to drive it, gets into the paint, a whistle, bucket won't fall. They're going to say not a shooting foul.
Again, thanks for those watching tonight and listening on ESPN Plus as well as on 106.3 KXNO. To Iowa Wolves basketball. Upcoming game, we said, for the Gold will be at Windy City on the 21st and then come home to finish up the month of November schedule on the 23rd and 24th with Motor City.
And Benlevy last to touch it, poked it away.
Benlevy didn't touch it, though, I don't think.
I think that was the right call.
Okay. I saw it the same way Benlevy was trying to argue.
Well, Benlevy tapped it away. You'll see here.
No, he did. Yeah, he didn't touch it there. He missed it. He was swinging for it, but he missed it. But it looked like he got to it.
Inbounds for Davon Reed out near midcourt. Reed, strong left-hand dribble, kicks to the corner. Stauskas fouled there.
Lewis got ball and hand.
Little piece of the arm, so the fouls seem like they show only 3 team fouls, but I don't believe that's correct on the scoreboard. Here's Stevenson inside for DJ Johnson. And they're going to get a foul on Benlevy, and Johnson with the bucket and a chance at a three-point play.
Well, Johnson won that battle before the ball got to him. Stevenson got it to him when he was ready because Johnson rooted Benlevy back into that hole there. And when he got him there, he just made sure that he got point blank on him.
Shot up and good for DJ Johnson. So 35-33, the goal back on top. Imagine we're going to see some lead changes in this one again, Tony.
Yep. And I got a feeling that we might see a key or two, too. Both coaches kind of having words with some of the
Sampson, 3-ball. Finally got one to go. He's 1 of 4. That one was pure. Iowa back in front. There's another lead change. 36-35. Stauskas throws one up and bailed out with a whistle. And I believe that'll be a shooting foul. Well, they're in the penalty anyway, I believe. Chris Silva ready to check in for Iowa. Not sure if they're going to let him in here. Yeah, they're going to let him in. That's going to be Benlevy going to the Iowa bench. Chris Silva checks back in there. Be nice if he could avoid that third foul here in the second quarter.
It's been a game of flows. One team gets physical and attacks and takes the lead, which was Grand Rapids started. Iowa came back, closed out the quarter, and now it seems like the Gold are kind of playing that same style they started the ball game again with. And
Stauskas picks up 2 points at the free throw line. He's got 9, and it's a 1-point Iowa Wolves lead. Here's a 3 by Lewis. That's up and good.
Yeah, they gave the Gold them shot too late. So, yeah.
So now a lead change back in Iowa's favor, 39-37. 8:40 to go here in the first half. Davon Reed out front with it. Drives down the left side of the lane, stops, pulls up. Partially blocked, I believe, by Bowen.
Yes.
Here comes Sampson. Sampson all the way to the rim, lays it up off the glass and in. Boy, very good drive there by Sampson for his 5th point. And there's Stauskas right back the other way with a corner 3.
Turn the shot clock off because they don't need it right now. They are getting up and down the court.
Miller around a ball screen. Gives it off for Silva. Has it poked away. Miller gets it back. Sampson, right place, right time. 3-ball in and out, no good.
Little heat check for Sampson. He scored the last 5 for the Wolves. Bolmaro getting set to check in along with Wright for the Iowa Wolves here at the next dead ball.
Davon Reed just kind of slows things down just a bit. Now Camper has it. Looks to drive on Miller. Miller, good defense on the ball. Camper's going to have to turn and throw up a tough shot. Won't fall. Little fadeaway from 16. Silva gives off for Isaiah Miller. Miller will try a 3 straight away. That one's good. Boy, that's his sweet spot there. I think he likes that top of the key 3, especially secondary transition.
10 points off the bench already for Miller here in the first half.
44-40. Iowa's lead is 4. Stauskas around a couple of screens out top. Gives it off for Reed. Davon's 3 on the way. Rattles in and out, no good. And Miller with another rebound. Telling you, nobody rebounds the ball better at 6 foot than Isaiah Miller.
And nobody gets off the floor as much as Isaiah Miller does, too.
He's had some highlight dunks early in this season. Lewis on a 40 as we come out of the dead ball timeout. We'll have one more media timeout here in the second quarter. But, Tony, you got some numbers there, and Iowa's shooting really starting to heat up as they're well over 50% now from the field.
55% from the field, and the bench has shot 59%, led by Isaiah Miller with 10 points and 7 from Brandon Sampson. On the other side of the ledger, the Grand Rapids Gold shooting 44%. They are led by Nick Stauskas with 12 points and 7 points from Lance Stevenson.
So Grand Rapids has Davon Reed into the front court for Stevenson inside the arc near the top of the key. Stevenson going at Bolmaro's check back in. Wide open Nick Stauskas, and you cannot do that.
No. Free throw shooting contest for him from there.
I mean, that's a 70% shot for a guy like Stauskas.
15 points for Stauskas now to lead all scorers in this ball game. Ooh, almost a slide of that pivot foot.
Here's Bowen with it out top. Into the paint. Floater for Brian. Bowen is up and good. Boy,
tough
he just
shot.
scores in a lot of different ways, Tony.
Yeah.
That was about a 12-foot floater.
He'll be leaving to play for Team USA here shortly.
Oh, good job deflecting and a good save. Boy, they're flying all over the place trying to keep that ball alive, but finally out of bounds along the sideline. So it'll be Grand Rapids basketball. 6:01 to go here in the half.
Again, keep up with all things Wolves at iowolves.com by following the Wolves on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And you're listening to Wolves basketball on Des Moines Sports Station 106.3 KXNO. And Wolves basketball presented in part by Mercy One.
Great bounce pass. Nice shot there. Bijanishvili on a good little screen and roll action with Matt Ryan. Picks up the easy bucket. Here's Lewis into the paint. Lewis lays it up with the left hand.
A lot of contact, no call, but Lewis may have tried to force that anyway.
Yeah, I think Lewis kind of initiating the contact, so that's why you didn't hear a whistle. Here's Devontae Reed. Stevenson has it up top. Stevenson looks to drive by Silva with those 2 fouls. Silva's kind of got to be a little bit less deliberate defensively, and he gives up the bucket to Stevenson, and it's a 2-point Iowa Wolves lead.
Stevenson now with 9 in the ball game. Contact out front.
McKinley Wright, a 3-ball off the screen from Silva, no good. So Iowa's come up empty on a couple of their last possessions. Stevenson looks to attack right at Silva, lays it up and in.
Silva just got out of dodge. Didn't even attempt to slow him down.
Well, we're tied at 49. Grand Rapids with a little run here out of the dead ball. Silva has it out front. Back cut for Bowen is a great pass by Silva. Bowen just couldn't hang on. So a turnover the other way. Stauskas here, but with 4:36 to go in the half, a lot like we expected to see. Back and forth lead changes, kind of up and down small lineups for both teams, and shooting calmed down here for a little bit for the Iowa Wolves.
Biggest lead of the game by the Gold early with 13. Iowa by 7. 6 lead changes, as you said, John. The game's been tied 3 times. Nick Stauskas with 15 and Lance Stevenson with 11 to lead the way for the Gold. For the Iowa Wolves, Brian Bowen with 11 points, and Isaiah Miller off the bench on 4 of 4 shooting has 10 points here in half number 1.
Bolmaro through the lane, gives it off for Miller. He gets to the middle of the lane.
Nice
Tough shot.
Ooh. Up
and under move won't go. And it's Davon Reed the other way. Davon Reed right down the lane, lays it up and in. Nobody stops the dribble.
No. Miller tried to get back after falling there on the layup attempt, but nobody helped him out. Oh, nice move. Got to finish that.
Got to the front of the rim, but it was a tough spinning shot in the lane. Here's Matt Ryan. His three's up and good, and he is feeling it.
Yeah, 11 now for Ryan. He hit that shot before the timeout, and he was fired up heading back to the bench, and now he comes right back with another three ball. And now an 8-point lead.
Sampson will try a three. That one rims in and out. Got a good look. But the lead remains at 8 here for the Gold, 57-49. We've already had both media timeouts, so we'll play this final 3:30 unless we have a 30-second timeout by one of the benches. Stevenson gives it off for Reed. He'll try a three. Front rim, no, but ran down by Bijanishvili. And we're going to have a
11. I think they're changing the shot clock to 12 now because they've had the ball for a couple seconds when it should have been reverted back to 14.
Yeah, the ball hit the front of the rim, and Bijanishvili, the minute he got the rebound, it should have went back to 14, but they were maybe a little tardy on that. So in it comes to Reed, and we're back at it. Reed looks to go at Sampson. Tough shot for Reed, but he knocks it down on the little fadeaway.
And Reed into the double-figure cub. That's 4 in double figures now for the Gold. Reed with 11 points.
59-49. Iowa needs a little run here before the half. See if Bowen can get it started. Nope. 3 ball off the mark. Quick pass ahead. Ryan trying to feed the hot hand there. Didn't have any space, so they swing it around for Reed. Davon Reed off for Stauskas. Stauskas a hard dribble. He's fouled. Shot won't go. Nick Stauskas very active tonight. He's got 13. Chance to make it 15 at the line.
Sampson, I believe, picked up the personal foul. The Wolves already over the limit on fouls. The Gold still with 3 fouls to go before Iowa goes to the line, unless it's on a shooting foul.
So Stauskas with those 13 points stands at the line. 1 free throw to make it 15.
Continue to join us for more Iowa Wolves action throughout the season. You can find the schedule, the promotions, giveaways, and a whole lot more. That's at iawolves.com. All of it at iawolves.com.
Stauskas makes the free throw, and the lead is 12 now for Grand Rapids. Bolmaro pull-up shot is good, but a whistle before the shot. And they got Davon Reed with a little bit of a hold there.
An opportunistic foul because it takes away a bucket. So 14 back on the shot clock. 2:39 to go here in the second quarter. They're going to put the shot clock. They're going to say 17, I believe, John, from reading the lips from here.
Well, it reads 14 right now. Yeah. But I don't know that the shot clock had gotten down to 14 yet. So
there they go. Yeah, they're going to put to 17 seconds on the shot clock.
So 2:39 on the game clock, 17 on the shot clock as McKinley Wright triggers it in. Bolmaro has it. Into the corner for McKinley Wright. Right along the baseline, finds Miller. Miller with the floater is up and good.
A dozen now for Miller, all off the bench. Iowa's bench really doing a good job. But
here's Reed, and they're going to say an offensive foul. They got Davon Reed with a little push off. So Iowa chance to make it a single-digit Gold lead here. Gold lead to the Wolves here, 61-51. Both teams have had their runs here in the first half.
Yes. Here's
Wright quickly into the front court. Slithers through the lane, nothing there. Bolmaro now, and he is fouled. They say no shot. Fouled on the floor.
That's the right call.
So it'll be a side out here for Iowa with, again, 17 on the shot clock.
And again, the Gold have still one more foul to give before Iowa goes to the line anyway. It's only their 3rd team foul here with 2:09 to go. No, they're not. I think Jeff Newton thinks they're in the penalty, but they're not.
Yeah, the Gold only showed 3 fouls on the scoreboard.
Yeah.
Head coach.
I think he was looking at their side.
Yeah.
Which Iowa is over the limit on fouls.
Bolmaro lets a 3 go. Again, rattling in and out. Boy, just off the mark. Trayvon Duvall into the front court. Ryan, top of the key. Over to Davon Reed. Oh, they leave. Oh, I thought Ryan was going to pull up for three. Instead, it's going to be Reed on the right wing, and that's good. Great ball movement. Yeah. Had the defense on their heels a little bit there.
That matches the biggest lead of the ball game now for the Gold at 13.
Balmaro off the glass. That one won't go.
This is a similar first half to the last game. 0 for from the field. I think he's 0 for 6 now, just like he was on Monday night. And you know what he did that in the second half.
Well, let's hope we see that again.
Yeah.
Here's Reed kicking out for Ryan. 3 from the right wing. No good. Miller high for the rebound. Here comes Isaiah Miller for the Wolves. McKinley Wright left open. Decides to drive it into the paint. Wright. And he can't get it to go. A foul, though. Going to be whistled on Marcus Burke.
That's his third.
And I believe a sideline warning issued to the bench over there for Grand Rapids.
Again, safety is no accident. For electric and natural gas safety tips this winter, MidAmericanEnergy.com. That's MidAmericanEnergy.com, where you go visit.
Well, Davon Reed will grab a seat on the bench. Camper back in there for Grand Rapids, and McKinley right at the line to shoot a free throw. And it's up and good, so 2 points there for Iowa to cut the lead to 11. It's 64-53, Gold in front.
Wright had those 8 points in the opening quarter. His first points here in the second quarter to give him 10 in the ball game.
Duvall spins into the paint. Bijanishvili has it at the free throw line. It's working, spin move off the window, no good, and rebounded Bolmaro. Leandro will advance it to the front court. 3 ball on the way, no good. I think maybe a little 2 for 1, but it's pretty early for that. Trayvon Duvall gives it off Stevenson. Crossover. Now goes right at Silva and powers his way to the front of the rim. And then he lets the Iowa Wolves bench know about it. Strong move there by Lance Stevenson. Here's Bolmaro. Up top it goes for Sampson. McKinley Wright, 10 on the shot clock. Wright dared to shoot the 3, does, and the shot no good, but there's Miller underneath, and Miller fouled on the putback. Count the bucket, he's headed to the line.
I think Bijanishvili is the one that picked it up.
Yeah, I think you're right.
And an and one coming here to kind of stop the bleeding right before the break here.
Boy, Miller just shows that a technical foul issued by, I think it's going to be given to Lance Stevenson.
You're getting a little chippy here, but you know, John, over the years we know that back-to-back games, that second game sometimes can be that way. We may be seeing the first signs of that.
Well, you got double technicals issued. Isaiah Miller also picked one up. So no free throws. Just kind of offsetting technicals to try and calm things down with 12 seconds to go in the half. Miller's free throw, no good, but Miller gets his own rebound, and he attacks the rim, lays it up and in.
Boy, he got hit when he caught the ball, and then when he when he went up, and neither one blown.
5 seconds to go, and that's an offensive foul on Bijanishvili. A silly foul, and that's number 3.
Yep. So they have a couple guys now with 3 personal fouls. 4.2 to go.
That was an easy, 35 feet from the basket. He just gave him a forearm. 4.2 seconds to go. Quick outlet for McKinley Wright. All game, it's going to be Lewis, Wright, Silva, Bowen, and Bolmaro. Stevenson, Davon Reed, Burke, Bijanishvili, and Stauskis, the former Michigan Wolverine, out there for the Grand Rapids Gold, and head coach Jason Terry.
Again, welcome those again watching and listening on ESPN Plus, as far as 106.3 KXNO and the GLeague.com apps across the state and the country.
So Lance Stevenson will cross the timeline for the first time here in the second half for the Gold. Stauskis has it out front. Here comes Bijanishvili to set the ball screen out high. Now it's Davon Reed. Looks to drive it on Bowen. Spins to the middle of the lane. Bowen hits the deck. Shot doesn't fall, and Bolmaro comes up with a loose ball. Leandro, little wing entry, picks up the dribble, so they'll go back out top for McKinley Wright. Wright And I think he just drugged that pivot foot a little bit. Good defense there by Burke to shut off the drive by Wright.
Yeah, Iowa playing kind of like, I'm not sure what I'm going to do here type of basketball there. Kind of stopped before there was anything there and panicked a little bit with the feet.
Here's Marcus Burke. Off for Bijanis-Vili, who slams one home with the right hand. Got by Silva with the dribble.
Well, he had that ready to deliver about 5 feet from the basket. You could tell where he was coming.
Here's Lewis. He'll fire a three straight away. That one no good. Stauskas with the rebound.
Again, the biggest lead of the game has been 13 a couple of times by the Gold. The Wolves led by as many as 7 in the first half.
Stauskas gives it off for Stevenson. Back to Reed on the right side. Reed on a pull-up off the ball screen. That one rattles in.
Reed now with 16 points in the ball game. Solid effort here tonight.
And the Gold with the first 4 points here of the second half.
Which matches their biggest lead for the third time in the ball game.
Silva gives it off for Bolmaro. Bolmaro rises up. Mid-range jumper no good. And the rebound for Lance Stevenson.
Bolmaro now 0 for 9 from the field, John.
It's coming, Tony. It's coming.
He needs something at the rim just to break the ice and then get going.
And it's going to be an offensive foul on Bijanis-Vili. Kind of stuck the hip out after the dribble handoff, and that's number 4.
Yeah. Reed has 3. Bijanis-Vili now with his 4th. Burke has 3, all here in the starting lineup. So they have some foul trouble if they're not careful here. And if I was Iowa, I'd be attacking some of those guys. And substitution getting too late to the table, I think.
Yeah, they're going to let him in.
Okay.
I think they a little more leniency after a foul called. So DJ Johnson will come on. Bijanis-Vili will head to the bench with those 4 fouls. Iowa in search of a little run here, get a little momentum. Haven't had it in a while. Here's McKinley Wright. Skips to the corner for Bowen. Bolmaro on the attack. Nice kick over to Lewis. Extra pass made, but can't get the shot to fall, and out ahead it's Stevenson. One-on-one with McKinley Wright.
Oh.
And they're going to say offensive foul in transition. Stevenson wants to challenge it.
He stuck his arm into the face there, but I'm not sure exactly what's going on.
Let's see. Are they going to challenge that or no?
Stevenson's asking why you called it.
No, he's already working on a technical. He's got to be a little bit careful.
And now he has 3 fouls.
McKinley Wright is going to be fouled from behind by Burke.
And that's his 4th foul. So they're getting in a lot of foul trouble here in the third quarter immediately. Stevenson's still arguing his case here.
I think it's going to be a side out. McKinley Wright was headed to the baseline to trigger it in, but it's going to be a side out here for the Wolves. Trailing 13, just underway here in the second half. And they turn it over. Stauskas gets in the passing lane, now attacks the rim, and they're going to say a goaltend by Silva. And just like that, the lead's 15. 6-0 run to start the second half.
I can't believe Stevenson hasn't gotten a technical yet because he is still barking at the same official for the last 45 seconds here.
72-57. Gold lead is 15. Here's Bolmaro. And we're going to have a foul on Silva. Boy, we can't get through a possession without a whistle here.
That's his 3rd personal. He had 2 quick ones, so he stayed out of trouble there until that legal screen, a moving screen there. 15-point lead, the biggest of the ball game, and that's by the Gold. With 9:32 to go here in the third.
Well, here comes Lance into the front court. Little crossover dribble. Spins, fades, shot up, and good.
15
Lance.
now for Stevenson.
Stevenson motivated out there now. Here's Bolmaro. Oh, nearly stolen by Stevenson. Bowen, though, kicks it out to a wide open Leandro. 3 is back iron, no good. And run down by DJ Johnson. Grand Rapids Gold, but right now it's all Gold here to start the third. A 10-0 run to start the quarter, Tony. 76-57. The lead is 19.
Well, I don't know what you're worried about. Iowa's done this before in the second half, down 19 and 22, John. Just relax.
Did I say I was worried?
No, I'm just as wondering.
Well, tonight I'm worried.
Yeah, this looks like a different team to come back from tonight. 5 players in double figures. Stauskas with 17, Reed with 16, Stevenson with 15, 11 for Ryan, and 10 for Bijanis-Vili. Buchanan-Ville. Iowa with only 3 players in double figures, led by Isaiah Miller with 16 off the bench.
McKinley Wright, trouble finding someone. Now finds Silva, and Bowen drives along the baseline. 6 on the shot clock. Bowen's going to go to work. Kicks to the Lewis, and that's going to be a foul. And who do they get? Davon Reed, I believe, is going to pick up the foul. Silva caught the ball underneath for an easy lay-in, but you see on the replay, it was just anything to prevent the bucket.
My question is, are they shooting 2? Because he never even attempted to shoot.
You're right, he did not. He just held the ball knowing it was coming. If he went up, somebody's probably getting hurt there.
Yeah.
You had 2 Grand Rapids players going up to contest that shot. Silva's free throw trip knocks it down. 2 points, and Iowa on the board here in the quarter. See if that gets them going here a little bit. 76-59, Grand Rapids on top. Davon Reed has it out front. Stevenson drives baseline, gives it off for DJ Johnson, and he is swatted away. Here comes Silva the other way. Silva, Euro, off the window, good. Might have got away with an extra step there, but we'll take it. Silva's bucket.
He was dancing, that's for sure.
Cuts the lead to 15, 76-61. And we got a foul away from the ball, and they're going to get Silva.
Again, that's his 4th. So he picked up 2 quick fouls to start the game, and now 2 quick ones here in the 3rd quarter to give him 4 for the ball game.
So it'll be a side out here for Grand Rapids at the 8:06 mark here in the 3rd. Ryan catches top of the key. Now it's Stauskas. Good drive and kick. Shot doesn't go for Johnson, but he's right back up with it. Second one falls.
That's 7 off the bench for DJ.
He's played well.
Yes.
Here's Bowen. Lost the handle, but McKinley Wright bails him out. Comes up with the loose ball.
There's a guy Iowa needs to get going right here with the ball in his hand.
Bolmaro has it poked away from behind. And, nice job, DJ Johnson trailing the play. Comes up with a loose ball, but poked away again, and it's just pinballed back there in the. And what are we going to have? We're going to have a whistle and a jump ball, and head coach Jason Terry likes the intensity.
He is a high-energy coach, that's for sure. Iowa coach Jeff Newton, kind of that low-keyed,
even keel.
You know he's burning up inside, though.
Absolutely. There you see Lewis run down the loose ball, and when you're sitting on the ground and 2 defenders around you, it's tough to really do anything with it.
Yeah.
So it'll be Lewis and Johnson to jump it up on the Grand Rapids end of the floor. I think they're trying to determine who should be jumping.
Wonder if they know what the shot clock or who had possession. Nobody really had any possession there. Ball was being batted around like a hot potato before they went to the floor there for the jump ball.
And I believe we're going to have a timeout. Or play here to the 3rd quarter break, but right now the Gold in control of this one. They lead it by 17.
And again, welcome to everybody watching tonight on ESPN Plus, as well as listening to Wolves basketball on Des Moines Sports Station 106.3 KXNO. Wolves basketball presented in part by Mercy One. Keep up with all things Wolves at iawolves.com and follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at iawolves.com.
Well, DJ Johnson will jump it up with Lewis on the Grand Rapids end here. 23 on the shot clock if Grand Rapids gets possession. And Johnson with the back tap for Stauskas. And
boy, a lot of whistles here in this 3rd quarter.
Yeah, some sort of clock issue there. So it'll be a side out now, as the tap was controlled by Grand Rapids. Still 21 on the shot clock. 7:26 to go here in the 3rd. Wolves are going to have to scrap back here. They trail at 17, 78-61.
They're putting 23 seconds back on there, so.
Now Lance Stevenson with it out front. To the corner, Stauskas on a 3. That won't fall, and rebounded by Bowen. Bowen chased down from behind by DJ Johnson. Now Bolmaro. Kicks from McKinley Wright. Wide open three. Got it, McKinley Wright. We needed it, Tony.
A much needed three by McKinley Wright, and we know he can get going too. McKinley had a fantastic game one against this Grand Rapids Gold team as well, with 13 in this one right now.
Now he hit a three from that exact same spot in double overtime, and there's a foul on a three-point shooter. Marcus Burke is going to go to the free throw line. Chance for a three-point free throw.
Well, save energy, save money. For energy efficiency or safety tips for your home or business, visit midamericanenergy.com. Well, the question is, how many times, John, can you come back from deficits? Two big ones to come back from in the first two of three victories, and tonight, down by as many as 19 in this one against the Gold. Iowa's still trying to dig back, down 14, but could quickly get back to 17 with a free throw here.
Yeah, Burke softly gets it to fall in, so 3 points at the line for Burke. Boy, those are the tough ones. You get a chance for 3 points at the line. You miss one of those. That's a big miss, but Burke knocks it down. Isaiah Miller over to Wright. Wright, little jab step now. Pulls the dribble back out, back into the lane. Wright has it swatted away by DJ Johnson. Here comes Stevenson the other way. He gives it off. It's Burke. Another three is up and good. A 6-0 run by Marcus Burke.
His first 6 points of the ball game, but he's been tough on the defensive side.
And the lead is now 20, the largest lead of the night. Bowen tries a three off the mark, no good. Rebound Grand Rapids. Burke back the other way. Gives it off for Johnson. A slap on the arm. Count the bucket and a foul. And right now, Grand Rapids having their way.
Yeah, Ben Levy pick up the personal foul. His third personal.
Sampson will check in for the Iowa Wolves. Matt Lewis will head to the bench. Iowa just kind of searching for an answer right now offensively.
Well, the Gold ain't letting them have a chance to search for him. They really have played pretty tough. They had a little bit of a lapse to close out that first quarter after they had built an early lead, and Iowa came back to grab the lead. But since then, the Gold have really controlled the pace and the style of this game.
Here comes McKinley Wright off a ball screen after DJ Johnson made the free throw. The lead is 23. Ben Levy faces up, baseline shot, rattles in.
He's had a couple shots to go down for him tonight to help off the bench.
Well, kind of an undersized big, but he can step out and knock down the three. There you saw him hit the mid-range jumper. Here's Ryan. Looking inside, gets it in for DJ Johnson, puts it on the floor. Left hand shot in the lane, no. Stauskas there to clean it up.
Johnson crawled over the top of Ben Levy's back and no call, and he was pretty frustrated there, but got to play through it. You can't sit there and yell at the officials while the game's going on.
Sampson has it out front. Bounce pass taken away, and I think we're going to have a timeout call. DJ Johnson.
Well, if it wasn't a timeout.
We've seen 30-point deficits go away quickly in this league.
Yeah, but on that last jump ball, I kind of questioned whether it was a jump ball anyway, because the Iowa player was on top of the player, really didn't have the ball, so that should have been a foul more than it should have been a jump ball. But I was surprised Iowa got a T for not being happy with that call, because I'm like, boy, we got away with the foul there.
So there'll be a free throw coming out of the 30-second timeout.
By the way, John, Jordy Chaminga will be part of this Iowa Wolves team here in the near future. We won't see him until he comes back here. He'll be on the road. They just got him today on a trade. 6'11", 268-pound center out of Dayton. So we welcome him to the Iowa Wolves family. But he will not play tonight. But again, welcome to Jordy.
Kind of a humorous exchange between Stauskas and Ryan as they were fighting over who gets to shoot the free throw. And Ryan chuckles. He said, I got this. And he made it. So it'll be a side out here in the backcourt now. Largest lead of the game now for Grand Rapids, 24, as they lead at 90-66. They've outscored the Iowa Wolves 24-9 here in the quarter.
Yeah, it's been one of those quarters that never got started right, and it's got 5 minutes and 8 to kind of fix the trouble and get us set up for that fourth quarter hopeful run, but got to kind of chip away. You can't get it all at once. We want to knock off maybe 6 or 8 points here before the quarter closes.
You say 16?
6 or 8 points.
How about 16 or 18?
Well, he'd like to. I said in the next 5 minutes. Try to chip away at it to get it set up for the fourth quarter.
Little delay, but we're back underway. Stauskas will trigger in for Duval. Trayvon in the backcourt. Driving it to the rack. Kicks to Camper. A three on the way. Misses everything. And an outlet for McKinley Wright. Right into the paint. Little floater is up and good. Good control there by McKinley Wright. Just kind of surveyed the scene and found the opening.
15 now for Wright. Iowa down 22.
Well, just a little 4-0 run. Now it's Stauskas. Off the screen. Lost the handle. Gets it back, though. And Stauskas up top finds Trayvon Duval. And his three is up and good.
Wow. 10 of 21 from three are Grand Rapids. Iowa's 11 of 30 from three here tonight. But it's been all Grand Rapids. Shooting 55% from the field to Iowa's 44.
Miller will try a three. He knocks it down.
Miller now with 19 points off the bench for Iowa.
Up ahead quickly for Stauskas. Always looking to attack even after a make. Here's Ryan. Catch, shoot, no good, and ball tapped out of bounds. Miller and Bowen collide. So it'll be Grand Rapids basketball.
I tell you what, DJ Johnson's very active, though. He attacks that board and causes some issues here. And you can see him right here. He was in there battling. He may have caused that to go out of bounds off Iowa.
Canyon Berry's checked in for the first time. Bowen will grab a seat on the Wolves bench.
Ooh, God, almost a walk there.
Camper picked up the dribble. Back for Duval. Duval trying to find an opening, but Miller, good job defending. Tough shot by Duval, won't go. Miller with the rebound. Up ahead it's Sampson. They lob it up, and it's going to be out of bounds off of Miller, I believe. Camper did a good job to break up the alley-oop.
Camper never quit. Great recovery by Camper to get down court and kind of clog up that alley-oop attempt there.
93-71, 22-point lead for Grand Rapids. Miller's got to be careful.
Yeah.
All over Duval in the backcourt. Now it's Camper, poked away, and Canyon Berry comes away with it. Steal for Iowa. Here comes Wright. Off a screen from Ben Levy. Now McKinley Wright loses the handle, and he is fouled, but no call. Isaiah Miller picks the loose ball up, gets to the paint, and we're going to have a foul called.
Are they going to give him two because it looked like he kicked it out?
No, it's going to be a side out.
Yeah, I
like
thought he was kicking it out. So
kick to the corner. Nick Stauskas whistle for the personal.
Silva and Bolmaro check in for the Iowa Wolves now. Ben Levy and Wright check out. See if they can get Canyon Berry open. He can kind of hit a couple big threes in a row here from his ability and maybe change the pace of this game a little bit.
Silva has it out front for Iowa. A little dribble handoff for Berry. Canyon runs out of real estate along the baseline. Gives it off for Silva. Has to give it to Sampson. Tough shot. Three ball on the way. Back iron won't go over the backboard.
That's just a tough offensive set, and Grand Rapids just really getting after it defensively.
Making things difficult, aren't they?
Yes. And you can say there's fouls, but as long as the officials don't blow the whistle, you keep playing like that if I'm Grand Rapids right now.
Duval has it in the backcourt. Bolmaro will pick him up. And they're going to get a foul on Bolmaro. He didn't like the call. I mean, they're hounding the ball handlers right now, so it's become pretty tough for the officials. I mean, there's nearly a foul on every exchange.
It's been physical, that's for sure.
And that'll put Duval at the line. 15 foul here in the quarter for Iowa. 93-71.
Well, the Wolves are proud to partner with our team physicians at Capital Orthopedics and Sports Medicine. Whether you're injured on or off the court, the team at Capital Orthopedics and Sports Medicine will get you back into the game. To learn more, visit dsmcapitalortho.com. That's dsmcapitalortho.com.
Well, they say it's the fourth team foul, Tony, so it'll be a side out at the 2:45 mark here in the third. And it goes for Duval. He's got it straight away. Now it's a long three by Matt Ryan. In and out, won't fall. Just about knocked one down. And now Isaiah Miller has it poked away. Duval, or was that Duval? I believe
yes,
so.
Yes, it is.
Comes up with a steal. Bodies hit the floor near midcourt.
Well, they cannot say that either team's not fighting through, whether it's been good or bad. They are really scraping it out there, man. It is physical.
Well, it's Grand Rapids basketball. They get it into DJ Johnson. And another foul, and I think Silva's going to get his 5th.
Yep, that's number 5 on Silva.
That'll bring Ben Levy, I'm sure, back in here pretty quickly. Maybe Bowen instead.
Bowen, the other night, he did play a little bit of that post, and I was pretty impressed about, for being undersized, how tough he was in there. So, see if he can't get some things going athletically in the post.
Bowen right now, your biggest player out there at 6'7". DJ Johnson, 6'9" forward, who knocks down the free throw.
And now it's a 24-point lead again.
Here's Bowen on a dribble handoff for Sampson. Swings it for Miller. His 3 is up and off the mark, no good. It's just one of them nights right now. It'll stay with Iowa, though, knocked out of bounds by Duval. Bolmaro will trigger it in along the baseline.
14 on the shot clock.
Still 2:13 to go here in the third quarter. They get it in for Bowen. Now back up top for Sampson. Sampson into the paint, spins, and his shot blocked by DJ Johnson. And last touched as it's knocked out of bounds by...
Just 4 seconds on the shot clock.
Yeah, Camper, the last one to get a piece of it.
And we got a substitution. I think a new player coming in tonight, Trevor John, who just joined the Grand Rapids Gold, in for the first time, wearing number 23.
Yeah, he wasn't here on Monday night. Watched him in warm-ups a little bit. Looks like a pretty good perimeter shooter. Balmaro will have to elevate. 3 ball on the way, no good. Rebound, though, by Bowen. Bowen up and under move and a late whistle. Bowen's going to go to the line. He was bumped on the attempt.
Camper with the foul.
So a 24-point lead here for the Gold as Brian Bowen heads to the line for a 2-point free throw.
And the Iowa Wolves will be on the road for the remainder of this month and into the middle of December, where Iowa will come back against Wisconsin and the Herd on the 13th and 15th of December. Go to iowolves.com for ticket information. Grand Rapids Gold fan at Windy City on the 21st before coming home against Motor City on the 23rd and 24th of November.
Bowen makes the free throw to cut the lead to 22. Duval into the front court. Into the paint. Duval, tough shot, won't get it to go. Balmaro did a good job to come over and help. Now it's Miller. Little floater in the lane, gets it to go. Boy, Camper just didn't stop Miller till he was in the paint. And that's he likes that little float game from 10 to 15 feet out. The lead down to 20. Duval with it out front. Ryan with a little ball screen. Nothing there. Duval backs it out. 7 on the shot clock.
That's way off.
Long air ball 3 by Duval. So an empty possession there.
Well, the last few possessions by the Gold have been a blessing for the Wolves. If they can answer on the other end, that 24-point lead could be down to 18, 16. Who knows by the end of this quarter. And fourth quarter to go. There's a lot of time to chip away here.
Here's Balmaro with it out front. Sampson, over and back violation. Sampson just an unforced error there.
He was looking to make a pass before he even caught the ball, I believe, John. He saw somebody cut, and you could see his eyes looking up.
Boy, 1 step forward, 2 steps back here. Just can't get one of those runs going. Camper will trigger it in near midcourt. And they get it in for Reed. Had a tough time getting that ball in. Balmaro doing a good job denying the inbounds pass. Reed with a standing dribble out front. They'll switch on the ball screen. And it's going to be Canyon Berry whistle for the foul. So that'll put Davon Reed at the line.
Looking for points, number 17 and 18 with this free throw.
Reed's been good on both ends of the floor tonight.
Again, thanks everybody listening out there on 106.3 KXNO, presented by Mercy One, as well as those watching on ESPN+.
And Reed's free throw up and good. Lead back to 22 for the Gold, 97-75. Paul Morrow. Iowa should go 2 for 1 here. Miller into the paint, hangs, floaters up, no. Tip foul, no, and Miller loses it out of bounds.
Just can't get a hand on it. Had his left hand on it, but couldn't grasp it as he was coming down. Miller's, he's tough. For his size, the paint is not a scary place. A little guy, but he can get up there.
Well, under 30 seconds to go here in the third. Reed across the timeline, trying to build on that 22-point lead. Here's Reed out front, lost the handle momentarily, gets it back, spins. Nothing there, and it's a kick out for Trevor John. He'll try a 3-ball. That's a back iron 3.
.com.
Well, back here for the start of the fourth quarter at the Wells Fargo Arena in Des Moines. John McDermott alongside Tony Etseni. The Grand Rapids Gold 97, the Iowa Wolves 77 as we begin the fourth. Iowa basketball to start the quarter.
6 players in double figures for the Gold, led by Stauskas with 19 and Reed with 18. For Iowa, just 3 players in double figures. It's Isaiah Miller leading the way with 21, McKinley Wright with 15.
Yeah. 3-ball on the way, no good by Brian Bowen. Just a lot of standing around offensively on that first possession of the quarter. Stevenson's checked back in for Grand Rapids. He's got it out front to the corner. A 3 on the way by Reed. That one off the rim, no good. Balmaro with it. Heads the other way. Gives it off for Lewis. Nice up and under with the left hand.
That's what I was going to have to do, run the court and wear this physical team out a little bit, take the legs out from under him a little bit here in the fourth. This team likes that half-court game. They can play with you there in that physical game.
Reed has it out top. They'll look inside for Bijanishvili. He's going to go to work on the smaller Sampson. And Bijanishvili throws it into row number 3.
That was airmail. He's got a little extra postage to put on that one.
I mean, he fired that thing about 13 feet high past the intended receiver.
Maybe some of his family's up there and trying to give him a game ball.
Here's Balmaro into the front court for Iowa. McKinley Wright will try a 3 from the right wing, and it's good, and the lead is down to 15.
There we go. We've seen it before. Can it happen again? For the third time in 4 games for the Wolves. 18 now for Wright.
Stevenson.
Oh, that's offensive.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Oh,
Stevenson got away with an offensive foul. Through the lane he goes, and a 3 on the way from Burke is in and out, no good. And the rebound for Lewis. Sampson, good crossover dribble off the glass and in.
That was pretty. He froze the man with that little dipsy-do step there and off the glass and in. And man, John, look at this. 13 points. It was 24.
Little spurt by Iowa, starting to crawl back into it. Here's Davon Reed. 8 on the shot clock. They give it off for Stevenson. He's 30 feet away. Stevenson looks to drive it, spins, tough shot. Lance Stevenson won't fall. Bijanishvili's follow no good, and Balmaro back the other way. McKinley Wright thought about a 3. Turns the corner.
Oh, nice.
Found Balmaro cutting along the baseline, but he was not in a good position to catch it. Turnover, and Stauskas the other way. And what do we got? Offensive foul, or no, a little push from behind, I guess.
Iowa with 3, but right now a 3-ball would cut the deficit to 10.
Well, Stauskas, kind of a quiet second half here. I believe he had 15 at the halftime break. He's sitting on 19 right now, but he's always dangerous to go off. Not sure what they're checking. Just a long delay here before we get back underway. Maybe looking at the clock to see.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Again, the Wolves back home here at the Well on December 13th and 15th against Wisconsin. So go to iowolves.com for ticket information. Motor City will be home on the 23rd and 24th of November against Motor City.
Sampson, a good drive in point-blank range, just couldn't finish. Rebound to Grand Rapids. Well, that was a good look by Sampson. Just couldn't finish in the paint. Bijanishvili pass inside for Stevenson, and he has it poked away. We're going the other way. Lewis picks up the loose ball. Lewis, that's got to be a goaltend, and it is. Good attack there by Lewis.
That was a great crossover step there to get the man on his hip, and that was easy. That was real, no doubt, goaltending.
I was trying to see on the replay if the ball hit the backboard before Bijanishvili got a piece of it.
Ooh, my goodness.
Here's Stauskas around a ball screen, into the paint. Tough pass for Burke to handle. Regathers. Now it's Stevenson out top. Stevenson gives it off for Stauskas. He bobbles it. 1 on the shot clock. Blocked away, and a violation.
Boy, Iowa's defense has turned up to whatever ratchet that is. It's been incredible here since this fourth quarter began, and all of a sudden, a bucket, and it's a single-digit lead. Once 25, and that was with, 2 minutes to go in the third quarter, John, when that lead was at 25.
And they tried to get DJ Johnson on for Bijanishvili, and I don't think they're going to
allow it to go.
I don't think they're going to let him in the ball game. So DJ will have to wait until the next dead ball.
Well, he can get a 6th foul here while he's still on the court, possibly.
He nearly got his 6th foul. He gave a forearm shiver to Bowen into the throat.
Yeah.
Off the ball, it wasn't seen. Lewis will try a 3. That's off the mark. You can see that right in front of us, so we had a good look at it. Now Davon Reed looks to drive it. Runs into trouble.
Good defense by Lewis.
Now back here at the Wells Fargo Arena, 8:19 to go here in the fourth quarter. A timeout called by head coach Jeff Newton prior to the tie-up. So Iowa retains possession and a chance to cut it to single digits here, Tony, as they continue to chip away.
9-0 start this fourth quarter. Iowa now shooting 44% from the field. The Gold at 47%. But Iowa with a 9-0 run here to begin this fourth and final quarter, trailed by as many as 25. Now they can cut this deficit to single digits.
Bowen on the way to the rim, off the window and in. Ryan kind of just got off by a half step, kind of guessed wrong, and Bowen able to get the easy bucket.
Bowen now with 20 points in the ball game for the Wolves.
Up top, it's Ryan. They switched the ball screen out front. Bolmaro matched up on Ryan. He gives it off to Burke in the corner. Burke slithers through the lane, off the window, no good. Rebound, Bolmaro. Leandro the other way. Nice pass for Bowen, lays it up, doesn't finish. And the loose ball into the hands of Bolmaro. Over to Lewis, right corner 3 on the way is good.
You could tell when it left his hands, Johnny.
The lead is now 6. It was 25.
Wow. Oh, that's a foul. Thank you. I mean, he grabbed Bolmaro's shirt to keep him on his side. That was an easy call.
Davon Reed trying to go by Bolmaro. If you're watching, well, here's the replay of Lewis's 3. Just spotting up, give the assist to Leandro Bolmaro. 6-point game with the basketball, Tony. Who would have thunk it?
Yeah, and you could see the shirt tug from here. I mean, he pulled it straight out, trying to go by him, had a hold of him. Wow.
Well, they trigger in for McKinley Wright.
Who'd have thought it with Bolmaro still with only 2 points?
And that's a silly foul on Bowen as he stuck the hip out.
His first foul of the ball game, but a bad one there.
Bad timing.
The official.
He got momentum. Here's a foul by Bolmaro in the backcourt.
I think these officials are going to tighten the screws a little bit. There's been a lot of whistles already, but it's been a really physical game. And now it's going to get even chippier because the Gold are unhappy. Down up 25, and now they are.
Well, they're on their heels.
Yeah, they're on their heels big time. They're worn out because Iowa's stepped up the defensive intensity pretty much full court.
Here's Burke into the front court, and nearly a steal by Bowen. DJ Johnson swings it over to Stauskas. Stauskas through the lane. Nice little finger roll to get it to go.
Well, if you're a Gold fan, that was a much-needed basket right there for the Gold. Back up by 8.
Iowa needs to answer the bucket. Don't want them to have any momentum. McKinley Wright through the lane. Bolmaro sizes up a 3. No. Bowen on the weak side with the rebound. Has it stripped away.
Good help defense that time by the Gold to stop that because Bowen had an easy flush if not.
Stauskas fouled on his way to the basket.
Could have chose a couple guys, I think. Bowen had a reach across there, but they're calling it on Miller. And on Miller, that's his second personal.
So a side out here, 99-91, the lead for the Gold. They have the basketball with that side out in the front court. DJ Johnson with it. Right inside it goes for Reed, but good help defense. Now Stauskas through the lane, lays it off for Reed.
Oh.
He's fouled, but blocked, but a foul call.
I thought Wright got all ball from my angle, but I'm not at the possible perfect angle, though. But it looked like Wright got it on the backside with all ball.
We'll see the replay. I thought it was a foul.
Yeah, it's a foul.
Right across the arm. There was no ball.
I was going to say, from my angle, it looked like he did, but it didn't. That's bad.
So Davon Reed at the line. Could put it back to double digits with this 2-point free throw.
Yeah, that was a slap on the hand.
And the shot up and good. So a little 4-0 spurt here to push it back to double digits. Iowa needs to keep playing fast. 6:34 to go in the ball game.
That's how they got back into it, pushing the ball down the court.
Balmaro sizes up the three. No,
it's just not there for him.
No
tonight.
Good. Had a good look, wide open look. You like that shot for him.
He's 1 of 15 in the ball game, John. That's not a Balmaro ball game. Leandro really struggling tonight shooting-wise.
Ryan catch and shoot three is good.
Boy, all that work to get it to 6, and all of a sudden you look up and it's 13 again. That's how quick it can happen.
104-91. Bowen on the drive, lost the handle, and into the hands of Burke. Another turnover for Iowa.
You know, Burke, he might not have the points, but he's been tough out there on the defensive side of the ball. He is a team player.
TJ Johnson. Shot up, no good, and tipped out of bounds by DJ Johnson. Silva's going to come back on. See who he replaces. It's going to be Bowen.
Silva with 5 fouls.
5:44 to go in the ball game. Right now, the Gold have answered the Iowa Wolves attack.
Deshaun Villi on the bench with 5 fouls for the Gold. I don't believe anybody else has more than 5, or 5 or a few guys with 4, but not real foul trouble at this point of the game.
Here's McKinley Wright. Has it out front along the baseline, and a little reach-in foul. That was on DJ Johnson, so it'll be a side out here and a new 14 for Iowa.
I didn't realize that Reed has 5 fouls in the ball game as well for the Gold.
He'll trigger in for Miller. McKinley Wright gets it right back. He'll try a 3 from top of the key, and it's good.
Right now to 21 points for the Wolves. 10-point game again. Plenty of time. 5:20 and counting.
Stauskas brings it across. Down the lane. Left-hand layup up and good.
He's tough. 23 for Stauskas now.
Iowa back the other way. Gives it off Miller. And he tosses it out of bounds.
I was open, but I can't shoot from here.
Just some sloppy play, kind of careless turnovers the last couple of minutes.
Well, that's the thing, too. Another note, John, the first 3 games, Iowa win the turnover battle. They were forcing more turnovers than they've definitely pushing that 20 mark now. It's 18 turnovers to 14 in this ball game.
Tried to get Bowen into the ball game for Sampson, but wasn't at the scorer's table, so he'll have to wait for the next dead ball. Reed has it out front. Boy, that could have been a foul on Miller.
Definitely gave him a little forearm shove.
Stauskas working on Silva. Good dish off to Johnson. A left-hand lay-in is good.
DJ's really done a great job off the bench here. 14 big points. He plays physical.
Well, and Stauskas created that. Just an easy bucket, wide open. Balmaro, a little pull-up, no good.
You just know it's not his night tonight. That's something he finishes 9 out of 10 times in most games.
And a shot clock issue, so they stop play.
The Wolves won 124-109 on Monday night, and the Gold trying to turn the tables here tonight. Again, thanks for all those listening out there and watching on ESPN Plus and on KXNO 106.3 here in Des Moines and Central Iowa.
Well, 4:25 to play. The lead is 14, 108-94. We'll see if Iowa's got one more of those runs in them. Cut a 25-point lead to 6. Well, you see that a lot where they work so hard to get it to a 1 or 2 possession game, and then things kind of head back the other way, and that's what's happened here. Stevenson has it inside. Stevenson turns, left-hand layup, good. McKinley Wright.
17 points now in the ball game.
Wright quickly into the front court, tries another three, and it's good.
Wright's trying to keep the Iowa Wolves in it. 24 game high points for him.
The lead 13. Ryan has it into the front court for Grand Rapids. Now Stauskas, who's been really good here lately in the quarter. Stauskas
off his foot.
Off the foot of Silva. He's going to be able to run it down. Gives it off for Miller, and he rises up and flushes it through.
And that's 23 for Miller off the bench for the Wolves.
The lead is 11. They get it in the backcourt. Reed will come across. The time now. Well, I guess if there's a bright side to this, they've been here before. They're used to this situation.
Yeah, they've been there and done that so far.
McKinley Wright has hit his last 2 3-point attempts, so is he the guy that keeps the hot hand to get Iowa back into it? Bomaro really has been off all night, Tony, but again, he's a guy that at any point can get it going, I'm sure. So it's going to take stops on the other end, too. So 6
players in double figures for the Grand Rapids Gold. The Iowa Wolves with only 4 players in double figures. McKinley Wright leads all players on the floor with 24, 23 for Isaiah Miller for the Wolves, 23 for Nick Stauskas, and Devon Reed has 20 to lead the Grand Rapids Gold. The Gold shooting 49% from the field. The Wolves 46%. Turnover margin +3. Wolves have 19. Grand Rapids Gold 16.
McKinley Wright gets a ball screen from Silva. They nearly basically double team him to prevent him come off that screen. Backs it out now through the lane. Gives it off for Miller. They turn it over. It's 3 on 2 the other way, and Stevenson can't get it to go. Tip follow, though, is good by Davon Reed.
22 now for Reed in the ball game. Boy, opportunity for the Wolves. This couldn't finish.
Miller at the rim. Can't get the floater to go. Bijanishvili corrals the loose ball. Now Burke into the front court. Burke's going to be fouled from behind by McKinley Wright. Burke put on the brakes, and Wright was coming from behind, so he runs him over.
4th foul in the ball game on Wright. Silva has 5 who's in the ball game. Bijanishvili with 5. Reed with 5, Burke with 4 as far as the Gold players on the floor right now.
Well, here's Burke on a quick trigger 3. That's off the mark, no good. Silva controls the rebound. In they go for Bowen. Back out Silva, thought about a 3, instead back to Bowen. Bowen looks to drive it, and a foul called. And that's going to send Bowen to the line at the 2:22 mark. Well, still 13-point lead, and Iowa starting to run out of time here. 1 free throw for 2 points here for Brian Bowen the second.
Burke picked up his 5th personal with that foul.
Bowen's got 15 points tonight, chance to make it 17. And free throw for Bowen is up and good. So Iowa will apply some backcourt pressure, but they get it in easily for Stauskas. Stauskas will bring it across the timeline. 2:15 to go here in the ball game. Stevenson going to work on McKinley Wright. And we got a call.
Right,
whistle.
his arm wrapped around the right side there, I think, from my angle. And
yep.
Official was right there on the baseline, saw that.
So Stevenson at the line to shoot a free throw. Still 2:08, so he'll shoot 1 for 2 here. Once they hit the 2-minute mark, it flips back to the traditional free throw rules. Stevenson's free throw is up and good. So the lead back to 13, 114-101. Wright has it, top of the key. Asks for a ball screen from Silva. Drives it behind the back dribble. Bounce pass for Miller. Miller throws one up, and it curls in off the glass.
25 for Miller. Tell you what, Burke did a good job on Wright, though, making him get that ball out of his hand. He is a tough, tough defender to defeat.
They'll dribble out a little clock out top. Now go back for Stevenson along the left block.
Oh.
Bounce pass, poked away, but Burke right there alertly, and Stauskas will knock down the open.
How it goes?
Open corner three for Stauskas.
Look what I found. That ball went off of Reed's face. He wasn't expecting the pass from Stevenson, and he's still trying to get a grip of himself. But ball ends up back in the Gold's hand, and they end up with a three-point basket because of it.
Well, the lead 14 after that Stauskas three, so with 1:27 to go, it's
Reed still rubbing his head over here.
It's looking more and more like Iowa might get that first loss of the season. Bolmaro's three is up and rattles in and out, no good. And I think
it's on Bijan. That's
Bijanishvili is going to pick up foul number 6.
That's his 6. He's out, getting a hold of Silva, so Silva will go to the line to shoot 2 free throws here. And now we're under that 2-minute mark, so he'll be shooting both now. It's not a 1-for-2 situation.
So Bijanishvili gets a high five from head coach Jason Terry. He goes out with his 6th foul, but he was a big part of what was going on here. I'm not sure. They tell him to stay on the court, but he's got 6 fouls, so he's got, to me, you sub now.
Yeah. Now they're saying he only had 5. Peter Corneli, of course, he was called up. Was here Monday night, but gone to the Denver Nuggets. He wasn't even here tonight. Silva misses the first free throw.
Silva's first free throw, no good. Ryan will check in now. Bijanishvili to the bench. They said he has 5 fouls, but they've showed 5 on the scoreboard.
It shows, they had 5
prior
already
to the call. And that free throw up and good for Silva, so the lead now 12. Stauskas with it in the backcourt. Defended by Silva. And over to Reed. Bobbled it for a moment, but able to regather. Reed just dribbling out some clock here. Now 8 on the shot clock. Davon Reed's going to go to work. Elevates. Stauskas catch, shoot 3. Front rim, no, but Stevenson gets the rebound. Somehow gets the loose ball. It looked like he was going to fall out of bounds. And they're just double teamed him there in the corner. And finally we get a whistle. No, it's a timeout call. Jason Terry calls timeout. Lance wasn't liking the no call. I mean, I think we got a technical foul issued against one of the Wolves players. Kind of saw this coming. Both teams pretty frustrated right now.
Yeah.
But there's one team with a 13-point lead.
Yeah, I mean, if you look, I want to see how the elbows are extending out a little bit, but he got trapped in the corner. That'd be Stevenson, and he could have gave somebody a pretty good shot in the face there. And I think that's what the Wolves are complaining about.
Well, they were hacking all over
him too.
To me,
it was
just
back and forth. So
make the call. It's
quickly.
Kind of a meaningless foul at this point. They're up 13. But here you see Stevenson gets the ball. They tried to tie him up there. And you just some contact, and there's another foul. And they didn't call a foul. It was a timeout awarded.
Yeah, there's a lot of contact in there. And like I said, it was too long before they blew the whistle on it. They could have de-escalated it by calling it about 2 seconds prior.
And if there's a guy that's not going to allow somebody to wrestle a ball away from him, it's Lance Stevenson.
I'm not one of the guys who even want to try to wrestle the ball away from Lance Stevenson.
So there'll be a technical free throw.
So I will succumb to their first loss of the season, dropping to 3-1 with this one. A tough loss, but dug a pretty big hole. A lot of heart, though, trying to come back. Got it to within 6. And then the Gold called a timeout, ran it back out into double digits, John, and they just never looked back. Played a lot different game than they did the first time. Really attacked tonight. And then defensively, I thought they, from start to finish, other than a little bit of a breakdown in that opening quarter, played really physical defense. And the game, the way it's called, allowed them to enjoy that type of defense tonight.
And I think they're going to say Lance Stevenson touched it last. But again, it's a 14-point lead with 47 seconds left. I don't know.
For the first time, Lance got a smile on his face instead of being angry.
And there's a foul given. This game can't get over fast enough the way these guys are bumping into each other and looking at each other. McKinley Wright's going to go to the free throw line. He'll have 2 free throws upcoming, 43 seconds to play.
Hopefully we'll have Jeff Newton on the radio side after the game, John.
That is the plan.
That's the plan.
So McKinley Wright at the line to shoot a pair. First free throw for McKinley's up and through.
Miller and Wright both with 25 points each. Really have done a lot to carry Iowa tonight because it's been tough in between there. It's one of those nights where Leandro Balmaro, at last count, was 1 of 16 from the field. It's not 2 points in the ball game for Leandro. That is probably he'll never see that the rest of the season. There's no way.
I think there was some confusion on who the foul was on. It was on Ryan, but I think they originally had given it to Davon Reed, which would have been his 6th.
Yeah.
So McKinley Wright's second free throw on the way and gets it to go. And it comes for Stauskas. They'll clear it out and let him bring it across the half-court mark, and there's Silva picking up his 6th foul.
You saw that one coming.
Well, he was coming in pretty hot there.
Yeah.
So Ben Levy off the bench. He'll replace Silva.
Again, Iowa hits the road now after tonight. The 3-1 start at home. They'll have 6 games on the road at Motor City to end the month of this November 27th and 29th. Next home game, December 13th, December 15th against Wisconsin, and then the Winter Showcase in Las Vegas. And then they'll be home the rest of the month of December and early January. Go to iowolves.com to check out the schedule for Grand Rapids Gold fans. One more game on the road at Windy City on the 21st, and then home with Motor City on the 23rd and 24th.
Well, first free throw for Stauskas was good, and I think we're going to have another technical foul on.
Is that number 4?
I think it's Ryan.
It's on Ben Levy?
It's either on Ben Levy or Ryan. I'm not sure. Yeah, well, it's on Ben Levy.
Yeah.
So Stauskas makes the free throw for the technical. Now he'll get his 2nd.
He has 27 points and counting here. 28 points now. Game high points for both teams. Wright with 26 to lead Iowa. Miller with 25. Reed has 22 as well on the 20 mark for the gold.
Well, Stauskas kind of came alive. We said he was quiet in the 3rd, kind of came alive in the 4th. Scoring and creating. Here's Miller. Miller with the reverse one-hand slam.
And he has 27 now for Iowa. All of those off the bench.
Davon Reed double teamed in the backcourt. And they're going to say he traveled with it. So Iowa not quitting here, but 23 seconds left, trailing 13. Ben Levy triggers it in for McKinley Wright. Wright'll shoot the 3 ball, top of the key, no good. Over to Miller, he gets the loose ball. Now